We're here with Chris Bergeron, head coach of the Miami Redhawks. Miami travels to number 11 Denver this week, and we will open it up for some questions.
Coach, I guess we can just start with your general thoughts on last weekend.
Great crowds, good energy in the building. On the score sheet, two disappointing losses, but not a total disaster of a weekend. We didn't earn much on Friday, but we were right there. And the bounces that our opponent got around our net were ones that we continue to talk about, haven't earned yet. Saturday, to be completely frank, Patrick, I feel like, which I am typically, 3-1 in the first period. I thought, this could get ugly. And the reasons why was the vibe on the bench was that. The reality was there was a couple pucks that went in our net that don't typically go in our net. They seemed to have a bunch of jump and we were almost defeated. Then we score a power play goal. And once again, this group gets popped in the mouth and popped in the mouth and popped in the mouth, and then they stand back up. And that gives me reason for hope, for sure, from a group that can continue to push forward. We are a group that, let's be honest, we have to focus on the small picture and the today and the getting better today. And the feeling after the game on Saturday was more positive than a typical loss. Not from a moral victory standpoint, from a standpoint that this group is showing some fight, which I want that to be our identity. You're gonna have to engage in a battle when you play Miami. We're not there yet. That's a bunch of teams in our league. That's their MO. That's their identity, no matter what. Never mind, they've got the Jake Sandersons of the world where we just had no answer for Jake on this weekend. But our kids kept battling, kept fighting, kept pushing, and a 5-3 game. We lose the first period and tie the second and third. Now, were they evenly matched periods? Probably not. They probably got the better of the play, but they weren't egregiously lopsided. Our goaltender settled in, blah, 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 So overall, I may have used the wrong word in hope, because I'm not talking about a hopeless situation at all. What I'm talking about is this group has a resiliency, has a crust about it that it's just going to keep playing. And Saturday was an example of that. And that was the feeling overall for the weekend. We give them yesterday where they can, and this was all done without a full lineup yet. So it's been 10 games without a full lineup. And believe me, I understand there's a bunch of teams out there that never have a full lineup. Well, the reality is we haven't, and who knows when that's going to happen, if that's going to happen. So we had a family event after the game on Saturday, which I thought the vibe in the room was a bunch of people that care about Miami hockey from a bunch of different levels, whether it be parent, player, coach, wife, whatever it is. And we're a resilient bunch, and we're just going to keep fighting.
You mentioned that event on Saturday, so it was Parents' Weekend this weekend. Pretty much all the families were in town from the players. Just talk about how special it was to have all these families in town, all these people that support the program in town, and that event you mentioned on Saturday. For me, it's what separates college from pro. That this is about us. Sometimes there's situations, Patrick, where parents disagree with decisions coaches make. I'll probably take that back. It's probably more than sometimes. However, that event, what we hope is that we can all be on the same page, that we're going to make decisions that you won't agree with in terms of hockey, in terms of playing time. But when it comes to the best version of your boy and preparing your boy for life after college, there's no gray and there's no decision. All 30 of those boys get the same attention as any other player when it comes to those type of things. The best version, relationships, trust, people,
Are you having conversations that they don't want to have? Yes. Sometimes people need to play better, and that's a hard conversation. This guy's playing better than you. That's a hard conversation. What was going on Saturday night was a celebration. Unfortunately, we weren't celebrating a win, but we were celebrating Miami hockey. We were celebrating a bunch of people that care about the people within the Miami hockey family. And I thought it was great, my personal opinion. We got to recognize and thank the parents. And it's easy to say it that way, but they showed up. Like, they still have to come. We've got people from California. Unfortunately, our two Swedish families weren't able to make it, but we had people come from long and far, and that was pretty cool. We had a family from Canada, so now we're back open to, it had a sense of normal for sure. But overall, the vibe was a really positive vibe when it came to putting a bunch of Miami hockey people in the same.
Back on the ice, what's the mentality of this team going into another tough league series this weekend on the road, and what challenges do you see Denver giving you?
The mentality of the group never changes. It's let's get better today. Let's improve today. The today was 10 video clips of different plays over the course of Saturday night, everywhere ranging from face-offs to ozone play to everywhere in between. Going out, having an upbeat, competitive, focused practice, no different than any other day, and it was a good day. Denver's challenges are they play as fast as anybody we've played, if not faster, in the offensive zone for sure. They're a high octane offense and have a bunch of people contributing. Their decor is young, but they're extremely skilled. It's a group that we're going to have to put pressure on without taking too many unnecessary chances, meaning pressure, stick on puck, play through bodies so we can hopefully create some turnovers, not unnecessary chances where we're going north when they're coming at us, because then it's a weekend of odd man rushes and so on and so forth. And then the other piece is they've got a really, really good power play. Is it better than Omaha's first unit? Better than Michigan State, Bowling Green, Ferris? North Dakota, you name it. Not necessarily, but really, really good. Really good. And we're going to have to be prepared. We've got to stay disciplined with our actions. We've got to stay disciplined with our game plan. And it's something that it's a broken record from the coaching standpoint, but that's life in the NCHC. And this weekend will be no different.
You mentioned the Miami family, talking about somebody with a special milestone this week, Andy Green with his 1,000th game played in the NHL. Just kind of give us your thoughts on that and his accomplishments there and from his time here at MU.
Yeah, obviously, thank you, Tim, for bringing that up. First and foremost, on behalf of everyone involved with Miami hockey, congratulations, Andy, and 1,000 games for an undrafted free agent from Trenton, Michigan. I know they have him listed at 5'11", but if Greener was here, I think it's probably more like 5'9.5", 5'10". I remember Tim being involved in the recruiting situation and couldn't get Andy to call back. So at that time in the early 2000s, if the kid didn't call back, that means he wasn't interested. And here's a kid from Michigan doing really good things. Is he going to go to is he going to stay within the state? And I had a conversation with his mom, and his mom said, well, please don't think that. He doesn't call anybody back. Yeah. So we hung in there, obviously, and probably the call that said I want to be a Red Hawk from Andy Green was one that really took this program to a whole other level. No disrespect to anybody before or after Andy, but he was someone that really changed the trajectory of our recruiting when he said, I'm coming. Stayed for 4 years, so not one of these guys that I'm going to get out of here as quickly as possible. Got his degree. During those 4 years, it was a couple of national tournaments, I think. It was a CCHA championship for sure in terms of the regular season. It was two-time All-American, three-time first-team All-League player in a really good league. Plus, his freshman year, he was part of the all-rookie team. It was as decorated of a career as you can imagine, and a kid that everybody wanted to be around. I read an article that the New York Islanders did with
and it was quotes from his mom and Rico and some of the people that he's played for and played with over time. And the word that keeps coming back is humble. And he is the most humble star that you'll ever be around. Just lots of good memories when it comes to Andy Green. So proud of him, and it just couldn't have happened to a better guy. But when I say happened to, he earned it. This is something he earned, and we're so extremely proud of him and happy for him. So thank you for bringing it up.
Any other questions for Coach? Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Here with PJ Fletcher, Miami travels to number 11 Denver this weekend to continue NCHC play, and we will open it up for some questions.
PJ, what did you kind of think of your team's play last weekend? What did you like? What would you like to change?
I think we got off to slow starts in both games. Friday night, I don't think we just had enough. We didn't have enough to compete. They wanted it more. Obviously, we got to score more than one goal if we want to beat a team like that. But, not really for moral victories. We talked about this. But Saturday night, I think we did a good job not, giving up, stayed with it, and, tried to fight our way back late in the game.
Your own play this year, evaluate kind of where that is right now and kind of the strengths in your game so far.
Yeah, right now I'm just, trying to get my confidence going again. Move my feet. I think I need to be harder on pucks, which I think I'm doing a better job of. And, I just think I need to keep working hard, move my feet, and just using my size to my advantage.
You guys went to Omaha a couple of weeks ago. You're flying to Denver now on Thursday. What sort of impact does that much travel have on you as a student athlete, trying to do your schoolwork, trying to, focus on competing? Just tell me the effect that much travel has on you.
Personally, I don't mind it at all. I kind of like, doing my work in a hotel room, or if I have to do it on a plane, I don't mind doing that. Other guys are different. Some guys don't like it. But it's just about like time management, how you can handle it.
What sort of things have you noticed about Denver on film? What are the biggest challenges they're going to hand you this weekend?
They're really powerful offensively. They got a young D-core, but everybody's skilled, and they got a lot of depth. You can't really turn pucks over against them, or they'll capitalize. And I just think we have to get pucks and bodies to their net if we want to score.
Is there anything that, as a skater, that you do differently to prepare for playing at altitude like at Denver?
It's been a while since I've played in Colorado, honestly. I think the last time I was like 13 maybe. So, I think you just got to stay hydrated, short shifts for sure, and just, know when you're tired, like change before you want to, honestly. And I think we just have to relay that to everybody on the team.
Any other questions? All right. Thanks, BJ. Appreciate it.